Scruffy Audio Network.
Hey, everybody. It's a Sunday early, and I'm with a gorgeous person across the room from me. I think I say your name, Katya?
That's right.
Okay, now we're going to go Katya to what I call you, Tatiana, but that's a whole other subject. Katya, and your last name is Ush?
No.
No.
Tcaci.
There it is.
Can you spell that? Tcaci.
Okay.
I know.
Okay. And she's a unique individual here in the Woodgym. She is a fitness competitor, and there's all different levels, and we're going to get into what that is. But Emily Z brought her in, I'd say 2 or 3 months ago from a Arnold show, correct?
Correct.
And you were kind of unique with you reminded me of Radomir Kovacic, one of my mentors, the accent. I love the accent, you're hardcore, all that type of jazz. But first of all, what country are you from?
I'm from Republic of Moldova. It's a small country between Ukraine and Romania.
All right. And you found your way over here. And we're talking, the reason we got this show on is all the Woodgym people are driven type A personalities. Now that I hope you listened to a couple, at least the one with Tony V that flowed well. It was perfect. And if you ever notice, the guy loves baseball. I mean, you got his show and you're like, this guy loves baseball. Woodgym people are a type of people just like you were this morning. You wake up getting better. You go to sleep thinking, how can I get better for the next day? So that's how I came up with this show a year ago of like all the Woodgym people in here, from the Jimmy Haslams to the Harrison Smiths to the Josh Dobbs. We go on and on with them. Well, you're one of them. So when I text you this morning going, hey, are you nervous? Time to grind or whatever. You're like already at the gym. And I'm like, damn it, you can never beat her because she's that type of girl. So take me through, the question I always ask on the show is, when did you know that you were different? But with you, for our listeners and viewers out there, when did you know that fitness competition was going to be a part of your life? And it's a part 2 question. The next thing I'm doing with Dr. James Chu, I'm doing him at 1:00, is we are doing a 6-part series of health and wellness and a lifestyle. And what I mean by that is 24/7, 365. So it's going to go hand in hand with you. But then again, I haven't seen you in a while, and your body is completely changed
Thank
from
you.
before. It's amazing the transformation that goes on with the diet, with the nutrition, with the sleep, and you're so driven. I already know that about you. But how does that go from a weight to here to a weight to there? I know it's a lot of questions. Just bring me into, how did you fall in love with your fitness and the sport that it is?
Mm-hmm. Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me here.
You're so welcome.
So glad to meet you all.
Ollie thought you were a ghost.
But honestly, since I was little, I never had a dream to be a bodybuilder. And I honestly didn't know what bodybuilding is. But I always remember myself being active, and anytime I had a chance to do any kinds of sport, I did it. Like anything we had, any classes we had for free, I always participated in. It never been that my parents took me to classes. I always wanted to go, and I would sign up myself. So I just stayed active all my life. And when I moved to the States, of country of new opportunities, I just found, I fell in love in bodybuilding, and I started going to the gym, lifting weights. I saw my body changes, and just wanted a new challenge. And I decided to start doing maybe competition and see what I'm capable of, what my body can do, what I can do, because it takes more than just working out every day.
Yeah, so take that through, because, it gets, in the Woodgym, it's more athletes than, figure competitors in fitness. And we've had some come through, and, I do a little change up on their training. It's not everything, because, you'd go from here and do other things, and your cardio and then your different weight training. I think I tried to do more athletic stuff on the turf with you, and then maybe just change it up, and then even the different culture and environment, whatever's in here that everybody starts to like, family atmosphere, that type of jazz. To the naysayers out there that go, hey, it's not a sport, it's I mean, how many times have you heard that? Like a lot, right? Like it's not a sport, but just following and being in the business 29 years this May. Congratulations, Chaz. Okay, yay. Since 1991, I got it. Thank you. Half a clap. That's awesome. Is the diet? Now, I would say you hit on something when we were off mic and off camera. It's like Christmas every day, and you don't think I listen, but I listen, and I take that, and I'm like, that's going to be part of the show. When you say Christmas every day, would you say? I'm going to let you answer that. I think I know from the pink cooler, but you answer that. I'm not going to put the answer in your mouth for you.
Yeah, all meals with me.
All meals with you.
All meals with me for the day. Well, bodybuilding, it's basically you building your body. So you have to start with proper workouts to fit your body and proper nutrition. And usually the prep takes about 15 to 12 weeks of hardcore and following your diet, watching your calories, watching your salt, everything. Stay on track with your workouts. And when you get closer to, I would say probably 4 or 5 weeks out of before the show, your body changes so much every day. It depends on your workout that you had the day before, how much carb did you had the day before, how many carbs you had, what meal you have. So literally every morning, my alarm set at 4:45. I wake up at 4:45, 4 o'clock, and I get my ass up just to look in the mirror and see how I look. And
at 12:45 a.m.?
At 4.
At 4?
4:45.
And that's your first wake-up time?
Yes.
What time do you go to bed?
I usually go to bed 10 by 11. I try to be in bed.
So sleep is huge. You get enough sleep. But 4:45 with the new diet, now you're dialing in. You got 2 weeks before your competition.
It is 2 weeks.
Right. And I haven't seen you in a while. I mean, I know we talked on text here and there, like, hey, can you get in? Can you do that? That type of jazz. But it's 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. And then when you wake up, what are you looking for? Or is it like Christmas and you don't know the gift?
It is like Christmas and you don't know the gift. There is a standards that a different division that you compete. There is a standards that
now you keep talking about bodybuilding. Yeah. Are you a fitness?
I'm
explain to the audience that doesn't know anything.
Okay, I'm in the bikini division, so it's probably the first one. Then you have figure, physique, and bodybuilding. So I'm in bikini. Yeah.
So is that labeled the lightest look?
It is the lightest, but still muscular.
You know that you don't look like the lightest look.
I still have to be muscular.
I told the two people in the office here to feel her. She's like an oak tree. She's like the damn desk. So, so you have to have some muscularity. Yes. We agree with that, but not to the level of, I mean, you still look feminine. You're gorgeous. We could tell like you're putting all together, and that's mad respect, of the diet, the sleep. With that, I'm going to throw in a little personal question, but it's not bad. With that, how do you have a relationship? Because you and all my other people are so structured, and I'm not going to go there. We're so structured. You're so set in your ways. I'm even finding now of me trying to lean myself up and get into what we call uber fit after 50 with my new dimension of training that I'm promoting. I have to be uber fit, and to do that, I have to say no to certain things and not go out on certain things and not partake in certain things. As you know from my past before, I'd partake in all of it. Now it's like I can't do that. But then you start seeing the transformation, and at my level, it's performance, too, of mountain biking and doing things and going, man, my oxygen's better because I'm not putting what in it? Alcohol, the inhibitors to break down all that. How do you do that? Do you have to say no on dates? Is it hard to have a partner? Because I find, following a lot of the fitness stuff, usually it goes hand in hand. The partner looks like the other partner. It's kind of hard to have one that's sedentary, does
Opposite
nothing,
interest.
and, eats pork chops and baked potatoes, and the other person's dialing in with, oranges and apples.
Yeah.
So how hard is that? Because I've known you always to be single and driven, not the word rigid, but, like you have to stay that way or your goals don't come. I mean, listen, I've been there before where people have traveled with their backpacks of food or come into the restaurant with their own chicken breast because Ben, as Ben would know, because he's a health enthusiast himself, you can't trust the sodium, the salt, or the butter when they're cooking in the restaurant. So even when somebody goes, and I'm preaching it to my older clientele, my 40s and 50s and 60s, well, I went out to Chili's and I had, chicken and their broccoli. And I'm like, no, you didn't. You had a whole bunch of butter. You had a whole bunch of salt. It was probably packaged freezer, correct?
Correct.
Elaborate on that.
Yes.
All those questions in one.
Well, still single and still driven.
But that is kind of something to be respected. Like a lot of guys would be like, man, I like that because I'm single and driven and it might work, but then it might not work because it is so. Look at your cooler you brought in, so, and you come across as I'm not ready to adapt and adjust for anything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I know we talked about family and having that, but that's not now, is it?
No.
You're still completely driven with.
I am, but family, of course, I want a family. I have family. But only right now when I'm on prep, I'm a hardcore and I'm like following my diet. But off the prep, I'm pretty flexible with my diet. But it is really, honestly, it's challenging and it's hard to be in relationships when I think in any kinds of serious sport, any kind. Because you have to find that person that will support you, will be there no matter what day you had, will understand you, just be there for you, a team player. I think relationships, in general, any kinds of relationships, it's like a team, it's team. You have to be a team. And especially in sport, yes, definitely.
And you have to give and take. So are you I still think you're in that stage of, I can't, like, say Ben wanted to take a Dollywood today, for some funnel cakes and candied apples. I can't do it. Mm-hmm. You have to, you're in love with your dog, obviously, right?
I love my dog.
Yeah, I mean, it's what is it with all these women with their dogs, Ben? They love their dogs. It's all the single women with their dogs. I have people come in like Art Kelly and everybody's like, "Do you see Tatiana's last post? She's feeding her dog drive-through. They went through drive-through together, And I was like, yeah, well, that's her. So the training part, you said you already trained this morning. You're going back today. Give me a daily week of training.
I don't have days off, so even if my rest day, I still get my at least 45 minutes of cardio. I can hit little abs or a little calves, something that will just keep my, my blood flowing. But my day starts at 4:45. I go to the gym. I do an hour cardio. I come home, go to work. After work, I go to the gym again. I lift weights.
What time do you go to the gym?
Usually 6, around 7. And I hit the weights. I do cardio again after weights, and I'm home, prepping, cooking food, cleaning house, walking dog.
Yeah, so, I mean, again, with Chewy at 1 o'clock, that's why I knew this correlation would be great, is what did we talk about with Dr. James Chew? We're talking about, and you know this, you deal with some of the clientele. I know you do some of the personal training of obesity, everybody settling for below average. And that's why I chose to move over to this side of there needs to be a help for the 40, 50, 60, 70 year. My oldest client's 89 and my 66-year-old is Jimmy Haslam, who owns the Browns, and he's totally motivated and trains. And what we figured out is do more. Mm-hmm. So not the do less, which everybody was preaching forever with Tony Horton and P90X, or you got 15 minutes and you could get in shape. That's not what we so you believe the same 7 days, and I listen to the podcast with the Kobe Bryants and everybody that I'm doing and listening to, they say the same thing. no days off. We're working. And then just moving.
Just, yeah.
For
just
the 50,
active.
60, 70. I picked up a client last week. He's probably the largest person I've ever been with as in height and weight. And I'm going to help him. And it really turned me on of like, this is turning a chapter in my book about and reaching out to him this morning, going, do something, move today. You don't have to break the bank going with me 5, 6, 7 days a week. Let's just promote a lifestyle. So that's another thing I wanted to get into. Do you think it's a lifestyle for you, even though, I don't know how you guys word this, but this is what I was talking about this morning with everybody, is the yo-yo weight. You know how you go up and down and back. Is that healthy or is that not healthy, or should you stay a current weight year round? How do the fitness people look at it? Because I know my industry where I am, I'm like, from the Chad Specs that we know that they'll go up 50, 60, 70 pounds and then, clean eats and they're doing 1,200 calories. And then all of a sudden they look like this, do they look like this? And that can't be healthy. So is it healthy even in your sport?
It is not. It is not, because you're putting so much stress on your body. And in my sport, first of all, you're putting stress on your body, and second of all, you're putting stress on your brain, because sport, it takes so much out of your. It's more than just working out and following diet. It's still like mental thing. It's a discipline, so it's not healthy.
And they do say this, and you're the unhealthiest when you're on the stage. Because aren't you doing the things, cutting back your water the last 3 days, your carbs the last 3, you're doing all the things that we're not supposed to do, as you said, cellular function, brain function, what we're talking about. So when you're up there looking the ripped, you're telling me you're not healthy as Ben.
Yes.
Wow.
I'll tell you that. And actually, this is not my favorite look. I don't really like myself on stage because for every day it's just too, it's too much.
I mean, that one,
it's unhealthy.
Yeah,
it is unhealthy.
But I mean, but then everybody's like, that's what they're going for that look. I mean, you look great. Would you consider yourself healthy now? Healthy blood work, healthy cholesterol, blood pressure, sleeping well?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
Right. But now take me, for the listeners and viewers that don't know out there, take me the last, because I've been in the game a little. Take me I've never been on stage. I know that's a shocker for anybody here. I'm Italian. I like pastas. And she's overseas. She should, I don't know how she's doing it of cutting everything out. Take me through the last 3 days, because I know the last 3 days are a bitch.
Yes. The last 3 days is actually when you lowering your carbs and cutting your water. So you're basically cutting your water based on your look.
Yeah, but how much is that a scientific approach? Because we know in the business, your body weight, 60% of your body weight, how many ounces of water you need each day to function. Cool. Okay, that's a formula every trainer should know. How do you know how to start tapering water to where you don't get into a off nitrogen balance and pass out and some, because you see that all the time. I know you do on stage, backstage. Everybody's eating a rice cake with peanut butter, right? That's
right. Well, actually, on the day of competition, you can just do no water at all sometimes, because if you don't look right, and I would say it's a sacrifice, because if I know if I don't look good and I know I'm gonna pass out, I don't care. I'm not gonna drink that water because I want to look good. I've been working my butt off for 15 weeks straight. And just to drink water and look like, not.
So the look is the sport. So it's like the fourth. It's like the fourth quarter of a football game or a triathlon. Hey, you're depleted. It's all mental. We've worked this hard. We're going for the win.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So we know water is important. And Planet H2O, by the way, my sponsor, is one of the best waters going. Thanks, Steve, for drinking that. I appreciate. I love calling her.
I had a chance to take a sip.
Yeah, I know it. The water, and that is, your water's 75% of your body, fills up, whatever. And that's when when you wake up in the morning like Christmas, that's when you're most shredded, dehydrated, all that, and then everything goes through your body, right? So the last 3 days, there's no energy.
Oh no, there's no energy.
Irritable.
Headaches.
If you had a boyfriend, it would
you don't
not
have
be
it anymore.
Nice. Go away.
If you had a boyfriend, forget about him.
Yeah,
he's not your boyfriend anymore.
That's awesome. So, what does it feel like? I mean, do you know? Take me through the contest day. Because again, we're talking to listeners. We're going to assume a lot of them don't know a lot of this. It's a Woodgym. They understand the sports, the business people, whatever. I mean, you're my first fitness girl on here.
Thank you.
And, because I do admire the dedication. And even you and Emily were in talking first. And she's just as driven as you in her own way. And you guys were like, well, you haven't called me. Well, you haven't called me. Well, you haven't called me. And both of them are so like.
She is a beast.
Well, she's beast and busy. You're a
She
beast
is.
and busy. So it's almost like, hey, guys, it was like two daughters in here fighting. Like, break it up. You guys are just driven. You don't talk much. And that's just the way it is for now. And catch up on a date later. So when you go to a competition, the prejudging is before. Do you know, hey, I got this? Or do you go, oh, shit, man, I'm out of the top 5 or out of the top 10, and there's nothing I could do about it now? Or do you just ride with it and enjoy the experience? How competitive does it get compared to, well, the benefit is I drop my lbs, my body fat, I feel great, I could go from this show to another show. What's your mindset going in 2 weeks to the show? I mean, do you know your competition or not?
Well, the mindset, of course, I'm going for the win, no matter what. But I know that there is somebody out there that worked harder than me, and you never know. You have to be confident. You have to give your all on stage. But you don't know who you're competing with the day of actual show. When you're walking out the stage, you don't know how many competitors in your class. You don't know how they look. You don't know their age, because our class is not staggered by age. It's by height.
Interesting. I didn't know
So I
that.
can be competing with 18-year-old or 35, 36.
Wow.
Ladies, yeah.
So do you think that's fair?
I think it's fair.
Yeah.
I honestly think it is.
So you think anybody, again, another health question, on the right diet, doing the right training, doing more training, as that's my whole tagline for this next, I'd say, years, do more. Do you feel like anybody could dial it in? I honestly don't know if that sounds right, but not anybody. Because there is a standards, and some people get a little confused by doing the competitions and think that if they look the best shape that they ever looked in their life, or leanest, the skinniest they ever looked in their life, they can do the show. And I feel like this is a little bit disrespectful towards the professional athletes that doing this, like you're doing competition constantly, because it's not a weight loss competition. It is a bodybuilding. There is a standards that you have to follow. Great point.
So, I think it's a matter of respect to athletes, because it is a sport. It's not a pageant.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
she always gives me time, so that's cool. So we know where we are and stuff. Yeah. So how many shows can one professional do in a year?
You can do as many shows as you want. Just
depends on if you stay year round on shape. I mean, how long do you carry the pink cooler around?
I usually try to do one or two shows a year, not more, because in one point when you diet your body too much, it shuts off. It doesn't respond to your cardio. It doesn't respond to your weights. It doesn't respond to your water. It's just tired. So you have to give your body a little break.
So how long has it been since doing the show in 2 weeks?
Since my last show?
Yeah, since your last show.
My last show was a national show in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It was in August 28th.
What year? 2018?
Yeah, a year ago.
2018. Mm-hmm. Okay, so basically a year ago. Mm-hmm. Okay, so after this one, will you go, okay, when we do sports, we're ready. We're going to go win. Do you do the same thing in your sport? Like, hey, from here, if I place this, it gets me is it qualifiers like in weightlifting competitions? It gets me to this. Or do you aspire to be a pro? Like I follow some of those girls. Every time I pick up a fitness lady like yourself, I'm like, well, I got to follow some of these girls and see what they're doing. I mean, it's year round. It's their job.
It is.
It's from the promotions to the supplements they're doing or whatever to constantly showing their figures because it's a figure competition, correct?
Correct.
So does that take a different mentality to stand up on stage and go, I nailed this shit?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Because this one, the small shows, it's national qualifiers. So if I win my class, it will qualify me for a national show.
And that's what you're going for. That's what I was getting at. I'm going for that. And I do. But do you know the competitor's coming or no?
No.
No.
You never know.
No.
Because last time...
Anybody from Knoxville going?
I don't know. Yes, but a girl, Samantha, she's going. We're actually going to stay together, but she's going to be in different division. So she's in figure. She's above me.
And there's no age, right?
No.
So is she the same age you?
I don't know that.
You don't know?
No. I don't know her age.
So you don't
I
think...
would assume so.
You'd assume, okay, around the same age.
Yeah.
But I guess I would just say, scientifically, it's harder for a 48-year-old girl to go against a 28-year-old girl.
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, after there is master's division, so
Okay.
from I believe 35 or 45. Yeah, there is a 35 and 45. So
Got it.
Yeah.
And then after that,
That's it.
It's
That's it.
That's it. Sorry, Holly. I mean,
Sorry, Charlie.
I don't know. I was looking at somebody on Insta that was 55 this morning, and she looks great, but it's different than 28.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we're talking about with athletes of the curve at 32. Everybody's usually starting to shut down and go the other way.
Yeah.
But it's not like that in this sport. This sport actually intrigues me all the time because it's so you can't. I had a turkey roll up this morning. Mm-hmm. You can't trust the turkey because of the sodium.
Yeah.
Right?
Not right now.
So your breakfast this morning?
5 egg white. My breakfast is always the same pretty much. It's 5 egg whites, and today I did half a cup of oatmeal. And it's easier for me because it's a lifestyle. I've done it for 3 years.
Coffee?
Coffee, I'm drinking right now.
Just black. Okay, did you eat your breakfast? We're looking at 11 o'clock. So take me, is your Sunday the same as your Monday? And is your Monday the same as your Friday?
Usually my Monday is the same as my Friday. Weekends may be a little bit different, depends on my work schedule and when I wake up. And on the weekends I can sleep in, I can wake up at 6.
But don't you feel like, again, the correlation to what I'm promoting at 1 o'clock again with Dr. James Chu and talking to Jimmy Haslam? He called me last Sunday. He goes, "Hey Chaz, I got a point. I want to make a point about something. We're training." And he goes, "Tell the older guys that you have, an older 40, 50, 60, maybe 35. And you've seen some in here in the mornings. They got to make it up and do more on the weekends." It's always the same thing that I find is once they leave here Friday, it all goes to hell. And then when they get their weigh-ins again on Monday, they're like, "Oh, I'm 3 pounds," instead of making their gains on the weekends. I know it's hard because, you got your sports, you got social functions, you got parties, you grill out, and I know it takes discipline. So is your Sunday the same as your Wednesday?
No, on Sunday I usually go. I made a ritual this year. So on Sunday I go out and run. I hate running, but I go out in the park and I run.
I think we all hate running, don't we, Ben?
It is by the lake and it's beautiful.
What lake are you running by?
I run by Sequoia Hills.
You know where that is, Ben?
I'm not going to tell you the time when I'm going.
I know. She's very protective. I've learned that from her before. Ben, you don't know where she runs.
No.
I love messing with Ben. He's awesome. He doesn't even know where he is right now. Yeah. So you get up. Do you run on an empty stomach?
Yes.
Okay. How long's your run?
Stomach. I usually go for 5 miles. It takes me about 48 minutes. I was, timing myself. So 48, 50 minutes.
And that's called empty cardio. That's what that whole
it is
niches that everybody does now, right? And
yeah.
and okay, so when you
it sucks first few minutes, it sucks, but then you feel so good, and you see, all the sunrise. I mean,
you love that.
I love that.
Yeah. You post a lot.
And
of that.
The fact that you wake up early and knowing that people there are still sleeping.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I'm a badass.
Yeah. Did she say slipping or sleeping? Sleeping.
It's
I
the
love
accent.
it. Holly, we got to get on that accent today. Okay, baby. All right. So you get up, you get your egg whites, so you go back and eat.
Yes.
And you're probably famished at that time. You're ready to, eat anything at that point.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, I am.
Okay. You eat. What's your energy level? The calories, I know what an egg white calorie is. It's 70 calories per without the yolks, right?
Yeah.
So what are you taking in? 500 calories?
I honestly don't count my calories because I have my diet written down, and that's all I follow. I don't do anything extra, or I just follow whatever it's on the paper.
Okay, it's 11 o'clock. So what have we had besides that? Nothing.
I had 3 meals.
Jesus.
Yep. 3 more left.
And what was your second meal after your egg whites and oatmeal?
I had tilapia. No, I had shake because I went to the gym.
Okay, and shake. How many calories in the shake?
100 calories.
You make your own, or
no
is it
carbs? No carbs, no fat. 25 grams of protein.
Is it an Orgain shake or muscle milk shake? It's just a shake that you make, or a box shake?
No, it's a box shake. I forgot the brand. But
got it. Most of the time, you get all your stuff from Eddie's, I'm sure, right?
Yes,
love Eddie.
I do. Yeah, come see us.
Way to go, Eddie. Come see us. Come see Eddie. Woo-hoo. All right, so you'll eat again.
I already ate on your parking lot.
What'd you eat in the parking lot?
4 ounces of tilapia and half a cup of broccoli. See, all the good stuff.
So, Ben, if she ever cooks for you, get ready. It's going to be fish and broccoli. You're going to.
I'm actually not a bad cook. You know, I'm actually looking forward to cook again. Like be
normal
off the prep and start cooking, because I enjoy cooking and I love it.
Yeah, but then you also love this side of it too. It's kind of cool that you have both the balance.
Yeah.
That's what's unique about you type of people. Mm-hmm. Can I say that in 2019? Like you're so locked in, but then you are a foodie. Mm-hmm. That makes you appreciate it, but then you also know what your body's amazing. You only, like our big thing we say with Dr. Chu, you only got one shot.
Yeah.
You only got one shot at it. So real quick, we'll wrap it up, is when you're in Knoxville, coming from where you're coming from, the population of not fit is totally different than any other town or state. Mm-hmm. Would you say? It is. Is it just the southern warm cooking of biscuits and gravies and it's, it's
sweet tea.
Sweet tea. Yes, that is right. Sweet tea is up north. You don't have sweet tea. Like if I bring anybody up to New Jersey and they're like, yeah, get some sweet tea. And they're like, we don't have it. You know, and it's usually that nice too. Like, what are you talking about? So you would say, because that's my big thing right now. I'm trying to promote better health, fitness. Do you think we have enough in Knoxville of stores, like Clean Eats and Clean Juice, and do you think it's coming around some?
I honestly think you don't have to have all that fancy restaurants or fancy healthy stores to be fit and, kind of manage your diet. And it's all about portions too. Like go to the restaurant and see what portions they bring it to you.
Great point. Yeah. It's humongous.
Full plate.
It's full. And, nobody splits.
No.
I'll take this pork chop. You take that pork chop.
And what's the dessert?
And what's for dessert? We got to get some potato skins for appetizers first, and some wings, which I love wings, but I've backed off those. You got to do
all those chicken and waffles.
Chicken and waffles, yeah. But now I'm gluten free, so I'd blow up like a blowfish if I eat anything like that. And that actually helped me control my weight of going gluten free because the choices. they're out there, but they're horrible. The pasta's horrible the next day. The bread's it's not the same as an Italian from New Jersey. You know, it's just not the same. The bakeries aren't the same. They really don't know how to do it. So
you're telling me I know the bakeries. Oh my God, from Europe. Oh my God.
I can't wait. I got to go overseas sometime. Yeah. I hate it. All right, Kat, man, this was awesome. And hey, I want to have you back after the show, after you win the show, you know, just to talk about. Real quick, though, what would your first meal or treat be when you walk off stage? And is it waiting for you?
It's not waiting for me.
No.
But I really crave a glass of wine. That's all I crave.
A glass of... Oh, that's another thing. So alcohol's out on all this.
Yes, alcohol is
okay,
out.
So me promoting to all the different clientele I have, and you've been in here, it's very diverse. And what does everybody usually drink? Alcohol. So... do I have to stay on that mission as a professional, one to another? Do I stay on that mission of, hey, no alcohol? Or do I go, okay, you're not going to give it up. Can we reduce it?
Yes. I think don't give up alcohol.
Don't give up alcohol.
You don't have to be that hard on yourself. You can just reduce it. Just don't get mixed drinks. Just, you know, the problem is, I think, people not educated in nutrition. You know, they don't know... like what's in your drink or what's in your meal. So I think that's the problem. Was people overweight, or, you know, the salad can have more calories than a plate of steak, you know? So
can you please tell the listeners iceberg lettuce provides no nutrients?
No, it's water.
Thank you.
But it's really crunchy and good.
Thank you. It is.
And a lot of people eat the wedge
spinach.
salad. Yeah, the spinach, but everybody eats wedge salads with the white creamy dressing. And I was like, that's empty calories, correct?
That's correct.
Got it. All right. Katya, it's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure.
It's great seeing you again, and I love you, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Oh, I love it. I'm glad to see you, and you look totally different.
Thank you.
Holy moly.
We'll see you in 2 weeks.
2 weeks, baby. Thank you. That was awesome.
Great.
Was that your first?
Yeah.
Oh, you did good.